Hello, this is going to be my second video on Bach 6 Sonata, covering measures 3 through 5. I hope you liked the first video. It was my first time using Adobe Premiere, and I was just learning the ropes on video production. Once again, we will be subdividing the piece into eighth notes equals 63. Also, another reminder to warm up with scales and etudes before jumping into practicing the piece. Also, one other thing I forgot to mention, listen to the piece before practicing. I like the recording by Emmanuel Bahoud, and I try to mimic what he's playing in this lesson. However, there are a few things that I will leave out that he does, as they add unnecessary confusion that I don't think I am capable explaining in this video. Okay, so we're actually going to start with the last two beats of measure 2, as I forgot to cover them in my first video. So, on the second to last beat, we're going to wait half a beat and then play the D natural on the upbeat. We will then hold the D natural for one beat, then play the 30-second note run on the upbeat of the final beat. The next measure is fairly simple. The first two beats are played straight. The next two beats are a little confusing though. Just like with my first video, I'm going to rewrite the run as it should sound, removing grace notes with their equivalents. The beat 3 and 4 run are a T-T-T-T-ta-ta rhythm. That run should sound like this. After the run, we have two simple eighth notes. Make sure to trill throughout the whole beat and end the trill on a G, like this. For the next beat, I like to take a breath on that 16th note rest. It's a good place for a breath, and it'll give us enough air for the next measure. For the last two beats, it is once again very simple, just 3 16th notes starting on the upbeat. The first two beats of the next measure are just a T-T-ta-ta-ta after rewriting the grace note. For the next beat, make sure to not start on the downbeat, a mistake I have made a lot in the past. Subdivide the 30-second notes in your head and sing it in your head while playing. This is just one of the things that you have to practice to get right every time. The fourth measure should sound like this. As you can hear, I take another breath at the 16th note rest. The fifth measure is very tricky and has caused me lots of frustration. Bahoud adds an extra A-sharp grace note in the beginning of the measure. Before I explain how to play it, just listen to the run. I'm going to start at the end of the fourth measure on the D-sharp, as I think it'll better display the nuances of this run. Okay, so for this run, we are placing the first downbeat of measure 5 on the C sharp, the third note. That means that we are playing the grace notes right at the end of measure 4, not in the beginning of measure 5. I'm sorry, but there's really no way to rewrite the grace notes. Just you gotta play them fast. To fit the grace notes in, we must chop off a tiny bit of the A sharp's length, and then re-attack the A sharp. I will now play the run again. Hopefully, you better understand what is happening here. After the two grace notes, we have a simple repeat of the T-T-ta-ta-ta rhythm as we rewrite that grace note in the middle. The next run is simple. As for the two eighth notes afterwards, I put a breath and a grace note in between them. For the run after, it starts on the second 30-second note of the 7th beat, so we subdivide like we did before. I will now play this entire measure. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. I will now play the piece off to where I left off, something I will do at the end of every video.